I find it interesting that Amber had written this op-ed, "I spoke up against sexual violence and faced our culture's wrath, and that has to change," back in 2018. And then all these suits and whatever else have gone on about defamation. And Johnny Depp just seemed to say, like, you think you face culture's wrath? I'll show you what culture's wrath looks like. If you have ever been involved with anyone who has done drugs or drank or anything like that, you know that they don't remember the stuff that they do when they were drunk or high. When I was in college, I remember one day I went in for my shift at the local college bar, and a table was like, "Oh my gosh, you were the girl passed out on our couch last night." And I'm like, was I? I don't remember that at all. And it can be embarrassing to be told stuff that you did when you were incapacitated due to consuming any substance in general. And a lawyer's duty is just to present reasonable doubt in a situation such as the one with Amber and Johnny. And it's like, could you have forgotten what happened because you were under the influence of a substance? And I don't feel like Johnny could, under oath, without committing perjury, say there's absolutely no possibility that I ever did anything and not remembered it. Because, like, that's the case, I think, for anyone who's, like, ever gone to college. I mean, honestly, it sounded like a situation where they were mutually abusive to each other, and it's kind of like which came first, the chicken or the egg. But, and just as the jury found, it ruled obviously in favor of Johnny, but there was some that came back at her and whatever else. But obviously, Johnny Depp is a very powerful guy. He's like, everyone loves him, whatever. Everyone was on his side before anything happened, and I don't know. I didn't watch the 6 weeks of the trial. I just finished watching the docuseries on Netflix. And all I can say is all I saw was a lot of Amber Heard bashing. Like, absolutely unnecessarily cruel stuff online. Whether she was lying or not, right? Like, you're issuing a judgment call about somebody. And, everyone kept saying that she was giving this performance of a lifetime, and she made that comment of, from the guy, what about the guy who convinced the world he had scissors for hands? And it's like, she's saying he's a good actor too, you guys. Like, he's a great actor. And she's just pointing out, like, you guys keep telling her that she's the one performing, when it's like, how do you know Johnny Depp is not performing? How do you know he's not acting? How can you know that? It's like, why isn't he the one giving the performance of a lifetime? Why is that her? I think pretending that the level of hate and cruelty and vitriol and everything else that exists on social media, I think pretending that it doesn't exist, just to make it seem like you're this good person or whatever. She's right. You can't look online and say that the stuff that she is experiencing is not completely out of hand or out of proportion or anything else, that she deserves to die. Like things about her daughter, that she's a bad mom, should have her mom taken away from her, or her daughter taken away from her, all these things. Like, guys, this whole bandwagon stuff that's happening on social media is way too much. It's way too much. I don't even know what's happening anymore in the world of social media. We're getting too far gone. But honestly, if you are unwilling to acknowledge that or unable to have that awareness for whatever reason, like, I just want to know where that desensitization happened. Like, when did it start? How did it occur that you can read such comments that are filled with such hate and so terrible, specifically directed at a particular person, and not think that they are just the most heinous things that could ever be said? Like, I want to know, when did that start for you? When did that desensitization happen? Because it's still, like, definitely full force for me.